Hello, my name is Jesse, and I want to talk to you today about the spirit world, other realms of existence. I've been showing videos to you, or posted videos on YouTube about purgatory. Now, there's a heaven, there's a hell, and there's purgatory. But I have first-hand experience in my past as a youth to know that there's more to the spirit realm than just hell, heaven, and purgatory. When I was 14, 15 years old, something happened that that gave me evidence of the existence of other spiritual realms. Um, we had just moved into this house when I was 14, 15 years old. We just moved to this new house. When I first walked into the house, this is before I had knowledge of the spirit world, before I had knowledge of purgatory, before I had knowledge of any kind of psychic realms or psychic people and or coach and stuff like that. Uh, I was not even green. I was just not. I was a young boy, a young man having fun. Um, I just walked into this new house, my sister and my family, and the first thing I noticed, there was hair taped on the doors. Hair. I said, that's crazy. And then I went throughout the house. It was a new house to us to explore. And I saw in one of the bedrooms a long mirror. It was painted black. Black. Painted black. It took me many years to find out why it was painted black. It took me many years because I was interested now on learning about stuff like that. I'm saying, but it took me many years to find out why. And believe me, you don't want to know, especially if you're a Christian and believe in God. You really don't want to get involved with that kind of stuff. Then I saw between the bedroom, another bedroom, a window. There was two windows on another side of a wall in the bedroom, and between the wall was a picture of a woman crying. I think in a cemetery. A picture of a woman wearing an old historical, those gowns with long hair. You know how they are. How people picture a spirit of a woman with a long gown going back to the 1600s, the 1700s. I couldn't tell you. I'm not good with fashion, but she was crying on a cemetery, on a tombstone or something. I went to the cellar and I saw a picture of a priest with his hand up, like giving a blessing. The picture was on the floor. It has some kind of weather. It was weather torn. The weather got to it. You see spots of damp and stuff like that, and it's rust around the edges of the metal part of the trimming, stuff like that. It was on the floor. It was a leaning against the wall, but on the floor, it wasn't hanging up. So I said to myself, this is a weird thing. Now, we rented the house from an old Italian man. So we questioned the Italian man about it. And I'm not going to tell you about what he said to me, but it was shocking. Very, very shocking. But I didn't understand what it was until years later. Years later. So, this is what happened. It was about his daughter and tragedy and stuff like that. I couldn't tell you no more than that because I don't want to. He's dead by now, but I want to respect. I want to respect his privacy. He has the right for me not to bear any testimony on him, on his behalf. Well, one day It was a very hot, hot summer day. We had one large fan in the house. To put in the window, those big, large window fans, they make a lot of noise. But they blow a lot of air. If your room is dusty, believe me, you're gonna get dust on you and everything. And then what happened was that my sister and I say, you know what? It's hot. Let me let me bring my little cot into this room, and I'll sleep on the other side of the wall, or another side by the wall there of the room. I had one of those cots. I don't know if you call it a Murphy cot or whatever. You know, a small little cot that you can fold and has wheels. You can fold them. It has a little hook. That was the kind of cot it was. So we did so. And I slept on the other side. My sister was in her own little bed, far away on the other side. It was too hot. It was hot. My sister liked singing. She was singing "You're So Vain." Remember that song, "You're So Vain"? And all those old songs. She was singing it. And I was humming it. I couldn't sleep. Even the fan didn't do much of a good job. Just made a lot of noise and blew dust. And my sister all of a sudden looked towards the bathroom, because with the room door open, you can see the bathroom, and like a slant, like an angle. With the bedroom door open, you can see the bed into the bathroom. While in the middle of singing, she screamed, "Ah!" real loud. And she said, "I saw a person looking into the mirror with one of those monk robes on in the hood, with some kind of with the hair sticking out from the side of the hood." And she got scared. And I said, "Where? Where?" And because I was a young man, I started screaming too. I just joined the party. You know, when somebody gets scared, you get scared too. Brothers and sisters do that. Brothers and sisters. But when I went to check, and I was scared like never before. You know, when your heart beats and you're shaking. Nothing was there in the bathroom. So we went back to sleep. Some time went by, and my sister was in her room by herself. I was back in my room. I don't know, days went by. I put my cot back in my room, even though it was still hot. I couldn't sleep too much. And my sister looked towards the wall where, remember the two windows I said? They were side by side. There was a space between the windows. There was a painting of a picture of a woman crying on a cemetery in the picture. Well, my sister looked. A beam of light came to the window. A light beam came to the window. And the woman, wearing an old-fashioned gown, a spirit appeared into that beam of light and walked across the room, looking straight ahead. My sister was so scared that she couldn't talk. She was shaking, looking at the spirit of this woman, this apparition. And she walked across the room staring. She did not take her eyes away from her path of walk or path that she was walking on. Her eyes were straight ahead. And my sister made a little bit of noise because she was moving with the blanket. It was a very hot summer day. And she had a blanket over her head. And still, regardless of the noise she was making, the spirit looked straight ahead, walking, and it was barefooted with an old-fashioned gown. And then it slowly disappeared and faded out. As they walked across the room, it faded out and disappeared. That was what happened. Then one day, my sister came home from school early. It's still in the summertime, but almost the fall. And, well, it was fall because she was in school. But you know what I'm saying? When school was starting, you know what I'm talking about, the early fall when school starts, but it's really, well, you know how it is, late summer, early fall. And she came home and she opened the front door and she heard crying. She heard crying, just sobbing. very sad crying. She followed the crying around the house, and she noticed it was coming from the upstairs. She walked into her bedroom, and the crying was coming from the picture where the lady was crying on a cemetery, on a tombstone. This is a true story. I'm not lying to you. This is how come I told you about my experience with the occult and stuff like that. If you look at my video under the altar, under the heading altar, I testify these things, that my history of my life. Okay, before closing, I don't know if I have any time left. I came home from school one time. I hooky school. One thing about me, I used to cut school. I used to hooky and cut school. I would eat food and go to Gino's, and I would eat a hamburger and French fry. Gino was just opening up. The rest of the fast food joint, Gino's, and I was eating burgers and going to the store eating junk food, watching old time TV on the big TV. One time I was watching a show on the couch, eating junk food, and I liked the show. I was afraid to fall asleep because I missed the show. It happens sometimes. You fall asleep, you miss a TV show. You get mad. But that's what happened. I drifted. The commercial came on, a long commercial. And so I say, but then I drifted onto a sleep in between. I was not aware that I was going to fall asleep, but I was drifting into a sleep, and I didn't want to do that. Then all of a sudden, I was pushed very hard with a pair of hands. It started pushing me, knocked me off my sofa, and I was wondering what happened. And I turned towards the TV, and the show came back on. The commercial was over. The spirit that was telling me to wake up and watch TV, the commercial was over. I was scared, but being humorous, being a funny man that I am, being the funny Sagittarius I am, how to use that, I say thank you very much. And I was scared, but I say thank you very much. You need to be humor. You need a sense of humor when you have to go through stuff like that. So that's what happened. So I believe that was my first experience with the spirit world. So I believe that there's a heaven, there's a purgatory, because I work with purgatory souls. And there's a hell, but there's also other spiritual realms. Now, I've been to a lot in life. I went from almost being a Catholic priest. I went from being a psychic person that did palmistry and cards and everything. I went to Buddhism. I was anointed and blessed by a yogi who does yoga. A lot of things happened to me. I had a lot of experience with the spirit world. A lot of experience. Maybe someday I'll record it or make a video and post it. Who knows? So I know a lot about the spirit world. So that's a true story. So I do believe in different realms, because a lot of things happen to me. Okay? So I just make this video to let you know that there's more than just purgatory, heaven, and hell. Trust me. Trust me. And I did some exorcisms in the past. Trust me. It does exist. Evil. Evil does exist. Okay? Well, have a good day and enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless you. Goodbye.